When I say, hey glitter critters, what comes to mind for you? Did it sound like one of the silly little greetings that I sometimes do, or did it unlock a deep, dark memory of one of the messiest stories to ever unfold here on YouTube? For those of you who don't remember, Glitter Critters was the nickname for fans of YouTuber GlitterForever17, also known as Breland.
Hey glitter critters, it's Breland here.
Oh, Breland. Where do we even begin to dive into the never-ending lore of Breland's rise and fall and maybe rise again on YouTube? Well, one of the most prominent DIY crafting YouTubers of the mid-2010s, Breland averaged millions of views across countless videos, all for cool little craft videos.
Have you ever wondered how to use an edible iPhone case? Here's how. Sorry about that. So today, I am gonna be showing you how to make these fun Snapchat filters edible, like this rainbow filter. Tastes like Skittles.
She also became so popular that she collaborated with superstars like Shane Dawson back when that was a badge of honor and not a badge of cringe.
Hey, what's up you guys? Yes, I'm so excited because I'm here with Breland, aka GlitterForever17.
Hey, glitter critter.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Hi.
It's so good to meet you.
Oh my god, GlitterForever17.
Shane Dawson. Oh, I got you some souvenirs from Louisiana. And, oh look, I want to show you this.
Okay, so maybe it was still a little cringe, but as I always say, a little cringe does the body good, right? You know, it's good for the protein and muscle structure, I hear. Actually, I don't know if I've ever even said that, but the video does end with Breland eating Shane's nipple, so choices were made that day, but truth be told, Breland represented a literal rags to riches story on YouTube until she appeared to be having a months-long mental breakdown, potentially, on streaming platform YouNow, only to reveal that it was all an elaborate hoax to farm views. I mean, don't we all love it when an influencer fakes mental illness for views? Brings me the warm and fuzzies. But is that actually exactly what was really going on? Most commentary around Breland titles her the girl who faked mental illness for money, you know, very Suspool behavior, but is there more to it than that? Maybe, or maybe not, as you'll see later on as we look at a twist in the story with a pretty alarming tell sitting in plain sight for over 4 years that a lot of people missed. But you know what, maybe you actually haven't thought of GlitterForever17 in quite a while. In fact, I think the last time that I remember hearing about her involved a turkey, which unfortunately we will get into later. The point is, instead of this being the usual person does bad things story, perhaps it's a more complicated sad story with an unusual ending. So Suspirians, it's time that we do as we do and bring our inquisitive minds to the tables before coming to conclusion. So GlitterForever17 may have tanked her YouTube career a few years ago, but she never actually went away, and there's a good chance that she may become even bigger than she ever has before. But first, oh hi, hello, it's Swoop, and welcome to the dark waters of the Suspool, the place where everything and everyone is sus, maybe even us. Come on in, the water's fine. All right, welcome back, Suspirians. I hope you're ready for this wild ass story because honey, it blew my hair back. Okay, I was not prepared for all of the twists and bends. If you're new here, welcome. This is my second channel. On my main channel, Swoop, I do full-length deep dives. And over here, we dip into the dark waters of bizarre, twisted, and sometimes scary, always sus stories while trying to figure out who or what belongs in the Suspool. Sometimes it's true crime, sometimes it's stories like these. So if you're into short, dark, and twisted tales, subscribe to this channel, bring a towel, and go ahead and flirt with the like button because, you know, she could use a little tickle every now and then in case she needs some attention. And before we do all of this, I got a question for you. I have to know, how do you sleep at night? You know what I'm talking about. No, really though, how are you actually sleeping at night? Like, I don't know about you, but my sleep used to absolutely suck. I would toss and turn all night. I would never fall asleep quickly, and living with chronic pain, my body would be absolutely wrecked in the mornings, but my sleep has legit never been better, never, since I've been sleeping on my Helix sleep mattress for 2 years now, and I wouldn't trade it for anything, which is why I am so excited to partner partner with Helix Sleep for this video. Helix Sleep makes premium mattresses that are customized to fit your needs and conveniently ship right to your front door. The Helix lineup offers 20 unique mattresses, including their award-winning Luxe and Ultra Premium Elite collections, the Helix Plus, a mattress designed for big and tall sleepers, and the Helix Kids mattress designed for growing bodies and endorsed by child sleep and medical experts. Everybody is different and Helix knows that, so they made a sleep quiz to match your unique body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress just for you. I never in a million years thought that restful sleep was a real thing, but my Helix Sleep mattress changed everything so much that I even got one for my mom, who also has chronic pain issues, and she is sleeping better than ever too. I love that for her, and y'all know I would never put my mama in something that I didn't fully believe in. So I'm a mostly back and side sleeper and prefer a medium firm mattress, and based on my quiz results, I was matched with their Midnight Luxe mattress, and I upgraded with the Glacio Tex cover to keep me cool, and it is a game changer. And the best part about all of this is that Helix delivers your mattress right to your door with free shipping in the US. The mattress comes rolled up in a box and is super easy to set it up. And maybe the coolest part, if it makes you nervous to buy something that you haven't tried online, Helix has a 100-night sleep trial, so you get more than 3 months to make sure that you love it. Plus, Helix mattresses have a 10-year warranty, and they even offer financing options and flexible payment plans, so a great night's sleep is never far away. And again, I've been on mine for 2 years now. There aren't any dents or mountains and hills that other mattresses do. It has been a chef's kiss, amazing. So I love my Helix mattress, and I think you will too. If you're looking for a new bed, check out Helix Sleep. Their 4th of July sale is running now. It is the perfect time to upgrade your sleep with 30% off an Elite or Luxe mattress, plus 2 free pillows, or take 25% off site-wide. That is an incredible deal. So click the link below or go to helixsleep.com/swoop2, that's TOO, to find out more about this limited time offer and treat yourself, honey. You deserve it. Okay, let's dip in to the cesspool. Now, if you follow Breland on any of her social media, you'll know that she was never fully gone, okay? So she abandoned the GlitterForever17 account on December 13th, 2019 with a video fittingly titled "Reacting to My Old Cringy Videos." Now, what you might not know is that in an effort to rebrand herself, she started a brand new channel simply titled Breland that kicked off with a video titled "Why I Decided to Become a Stripper." Can I say that word here? I don't know. We're gonna find out, okay? Daddy YouTube, please leave me alone. If you know the Breland story, this kind of video shouldn't be surprising. This came after her entire world had come crashing down following her attempted rebrand into more mature content. And listen, okay, I of all people can appreciate a good rebrand. Okay, can we talk about the color changes, the color swap? Okay, yeah, a good rebrand every now and then. Okay, I think most of us in life could use a rebrand every now and then, kind of shake things up. Unfortunately, nothing seemed to stick for Breland over the next few years. She dabbled in drama content, react content. She even made mukbangs, all of which are currently behind a members-only paywall of $3.99 a month. And yeah, I didn't pay it, so there's that. If one of you does, I guess report back or don't, just have fun over there, whatever. But yeah, okay, you know. From there, she did as many ado and made an OnlyFans account, which is actually to this day the primary source of income for Breland.
And let me just get straight to the point. I now have an OnlyFans. I did it. I finally broke down and decided, you know what? These bitches out here, they tempted me. They keep telling me, when are you gonna start an OnlyFans? Where's your OnlyFans? Do you have an OnlyFans? Well, I now have an OnlyFans. And I really, really hope that you, who kept asking me to start an OnlyFans, will subscribe to it.
And before you formulate thoughts about that, she has thoughts that she's gonna share about that. But now, fun fact, there's an entire part of the story involving a brief comeback Breland made because of her posting her own OnlyFans content to Twitter, including a video that I absolutely cannot show here, where she, let's just say, dates a turkey and invites him back up to her place. You know what I mean? Yeah, fiddly-dee! Listen, Not to disparage someone's love for poultry, but honestly, okay, just between us, just between us, when that video came across my dashboard, I couldn't unsee it. That is a fact. It is not a statement other than a fact. It was a whole ass thing, and the sooner that we forgot about it, I think a lot of people felt the better, even though Breland now has that turkey in the background of many of her TikToks. Now, later, she even did a video reacting to Primink's video about her.
The real reason for Breland's decline was not that she trolled or pretended to be insane. It was that she got caught in a trend that she couldn't escape. Trends are great because they can make a channel rise to the top, but at the same time, they can destroy you in an instant. And Breland is a prime example of that lesson. The people that stick around
learn from it, girl.
But the two most recent times I heard about Breland were, number one, when I was covering the Colleen Ballinger story. We actually found a few clips of her talking about Colleen that we didn't wind up using.
She's like the type of person who thinks her shit doesn't stink, and she's like this sweet and happy-go-lucky funny girl online, but when you actually get to know her, I don't like her. What do I think of the situation with Trisha and Colleen? I think Colleen is f***ing weird. Who goes to Trisha's profile, steals one of her naked photos to make fun of her in a very f***ing weird group chat that she has with children?
After we found those clips, a member of my team texted me asking, like, did you know that GlitterForever17 makes true crime content now? And, you know, I was curious. I'm a Suspirian. I was curious, so I looked it up and shittlebits. She privated it. And listen, okay, I, of all people, admire Breland for keeping at it. But considering the high production value and very peppy energy, fun jokes, and like bright, you know, like that vibrant appearance of her older content, it wasn't everyone's cup of tea that she was doing like more true crime stuff. GlitterForever17, even at her weirdest and most like unhinged, was a lot more charismatic than what she was attempting here. It is maybe just not like the natural thing or whatever, but whatever, you know, who am I to say? But like in some ways it would kind of feel like a smaller scale version of Mr. Beast trying to do like literary reviews, or me trying to do gamer content, which absolutely no one wants. And same, you don't want to see me playing video games. It would be a disaster. Which is something that Breland seemed to agree with, since her final video on this channel is titled Why I Quit True Crime. Damn it! Another one!
Another one. Another one. Another one. Another one.
So her quitting is true, but it's not the entire truth, because you see, dear Suspirians, this was February of 2023, and one major thing preceded the release of this video and one major thing followed it. Before Breland quit true crime, GlitterForever17 came back. I know!
You can only stay on top for so long, especially if you're a terrible person like I was. And therefore, I self-destructed and it all came crashing down. I made a lot of catastrophic mistakes along the way, including substances, alcohol, cheating, lying, and deception. Not to mention my insane social media antics that truly drove the nails into my glitterful coffin.
So Breland finally returned to GlitterForever17 with a 16-minute video titled GlitterForever17. I wish she had made it a 17-minute video. Come on, it was right there. But again, it was titled GlitterForever17 Revealed, exposing the truth about my downfall, relationships, and future. Very intriguing title, right? Now, in this video, Breland candidly explains the controversy that essentially kind of killed her YouTube career and seeks to take full accountability for her actions, all while announcing a return to content creation under the GlitterForever17 name. It's a pretty solid and self-reflective look into Breland's thought process that looks not to wave away accountability, at least in my opinion, but kind of accept it. So cool. We don't always see that. It's nice when we do, but it didn't really lead to any meaningful return on YouTube, with many of her videos afterwards kind of plummeting in views. And eventually in the summer of 2023, she stopped releasing videos to YouTube altogether. And some of that could just be from taking time away. The platform is notorious for not being kind so much to creators if they take time away, or you gotta like work back up. It's a complicated thing. So if it's been all stops and starts, then why is this section about Breland's return? Well, friends, because that return didn't happen on YouTube. Head on over to TikTok right now, okay? This might seem unrelated, but search up the words, my gay husband. I'll wait. Waiting. Oh wait, you probably can't do it because you're probably watching this video on your phone. Don't leave here, okay? Just take my word for it. But if you did pull it up, because if you're watching me on TV, then does your phone look anything like this? You can click on virtually any of these videos and see that not only is Breland back, she's pulling in numbers on par with, and in some cases far surpassing, her glory days on YouTube. But she's not pulling it for her DIY crafts. She's pulling it for, well...
Something I've never shared is I took my gay husband's virginity. So I'm giving a gift to my gay husband. He loves really gay gifts, and I figured he could use this. Do me and my gay husband ever show any type of intimacy? Do we kiss or tell each other we love each other?
Do you sleep with men? Absolutely not. I do like getting fucked.
That's my gay husband. He's cheating on me again. Why do you keep cheating on me? Is your gay husband a top or bottom? He's definitely a power bottom. He tells me about how he goes on Grindr. Unfortunately, my gay husband does describe how these Grindr dates go for him.
With seemingly few exceptions, this is Breland's entire brand on TikTok now, and it's quite lucrative for her. You know, 1.2 million views, 1.3 million views, 4 million views, and on this next video, 31 million views. Now, for perspective, this clip, which I'm gonna play in full, has more views than any video that she's produced for YouTube, a platform where her most popular video sits pretty at 16 million views. Now, to be extra fair, garnering views on TikTok is way easier. They count views instantly, like the second something plays, whereas YouTube doesn't count a view until someone has played it for 30 seconds, which is a lifetime on TikTok. TikTok also has like looping views. It's easier and faster to share content. You know, someone just scrolling by would count as a view, blah, 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 blah. It's easier over there, harder over on YouTube. But are you ready to see Breland's most seen video online ever?
My husband's gay. He's a gay man. I'm a straight woman. We are married. We both like men, and we make the perfect partnership.
Now, I'll never fully understand why some things go viral on TikTok and others don't, but this simple declaration from Breland about her gay husband changed the game completely for her. She even has a 12-part series for sale on her TikTok shop called My Gay Husband, The Full Story. At nearly 2 hours long, it's on sale for $1.99. That's $1 per hour, y'all. I can't even get that kind of deal like literally anywhere, but great.
If you want to hear the full story from beginning to end, make sure you purchase my series here. It's only $1.99 and it's almost 2 hours of footage that explains everything.
How does she come back so remarkably well? And what's all this about a gay husband? I'm sure those of you that actually remember this story are like, wait a second, Swoop, didn't she leave her husband when this came out? Okay, I thought that happened. What are we doing here? Also, and this is a really important thing for us to address, didn't she make content for kids? And now she's talking about BBC and Grindr tales of bottoms. What's this all about? I think now is as good a time as any to recap exactly why Breland had her downfall in the first place, because I believe it fully explains why she was able to make the comeback that she has now. Now, many other creators have covered this part of the story quite thoroughly before, and you know, this is the Suspool where we do mini dives, not deep ones. So let's go over the most important points to know about in how Breland was even able to make this comeback at all. Breland has been on YouTube since May 2011, with her start on the platform being remarkably similar to most female creators on the platform. She made Get Ready With Me's and other hair and makeup style videos.
So today in this tutorial, I want to teach you how to go from this to this. And this is so much better.
Now, Breland's YouTube start was slow at first, like most creators, but it's really common to see words like positive, quirky, fun, cute, and so on pop up in comments on her early videos. She had a fiance who would also pop in her videos from time to time named David.
Hey, Glitter Critters! It's Breland and...
David!
Here!
But as time went on, Breland actually cracked into DIY creation videos, which back in 2014 and 2015 were some of the biggest pieces of content available on YouTube. But something important to note here is that Breland was doing videos like this before they truly broke out. So when the big DIY boom happened on YouTube, it was the right place at the right time for her. But what truly set Breland apart from her peers was her devotion to higher production values than most of her peers, complete with sets, costumes, professional editing and sound design, and even custom animations. Like, it was produced quite well, especially for back then.
The luck of the Irish is in the air, and I hope you're in the mood for this fun DIY. So today I'm going to be showing you how to magically create this cute McDonald's Shamrock Shake room decoration.
Now, Breland exploded in popularity practically overnight, eventually garnering millions and even tens of millions of views regularly. As Premix stated in his video, she had become a YouTube titan. But to put that statement fully into perspective, let's take a look at a documentary Vice did about the rise and fall of GlitterForever17 back in August 2023. Yes, bitch. She got a whole ass of Vice treatment, where Breland reveals that at her peak, she was pulling in $50,000 every single month.
The top of my career, I was making around $50,000 a month.
So, you know, a round of applause for women-owned businesses breaking through the glass ceilings. We love to see it.
I had a whole house. I even had a housekeeper. I am gonna be taking you inside with me, inside of my brand new lakefront home. I had a lot of people depending on me because my mom lived with me. I was the one that had to go out there and work to make the money to pay the bills.
But over time, something in Breland shifted a little. Her videos became a bit less elaborate, a bit more obviously scripted, and the content went from something Breland explicitly marketed to young women to content for kids.
Alrighty, I am ready to start shopping for my shop. Let's see. I could totally make these.
Now, as Breland would describe it later, she made most of this content because it was what paid the bills. I mean, it's a simple explanation for a lot of people. Plus, even with some of the more low effort edits, it was content that she was really good at. But it became clear really quickly that something wasn't exactly right with Breland's approach to content creation. Some of these videos, which again were being made for kids, were not exactly kid friendly.
I just love eating my own kind. Yes, I guess you could consider me Cannibal Barbie. Cannibal Barbie gets so hungry, she goes a little crazy and eats her family.
I'm really not sure what the hell was in the water for what constituted kids content back in 2015 and 2016. There was a lot of just, you know, it was wild, okay? But in my opinion, this isn't really appropriate for kids. That one clip I showed had a PG-13 rating system, which yeah, we all know that kids definitely pay attention to those ratings and click out when they're too young, right? That'll keep them away. But, you know, I guess E for effort. I feel like maybe this is one of the more forgotten parts of Breland's story in that she really did make a pivot for a time into kid-friendly content, or at least she presented her content as such. Many creators have pointed out that her eventual downfall and this sort of pivot is very similar to Disney and Nickelodeon stars making very hard turns into more adult fare the older they get. You know, like a JoJo Siwa, never been done before, once in a generation.
No one has made this dramatic of a change yet. I am the first in the generation. It is very scary, but someone's gotta do it.
But I didn't know if that was the most accurate explanation of what happened in this story. Breland was in her early to mid-20s when she started making content on YouTube, and was in her mid to late 20s when she made this pivot. At best, this was a kind of like a miscalculation based on the vibe of mid-2010s YouTube. And at worst, it was, I mean, someone would probably say it was just wrong, right? That's a matter of opinion and But like, especially on the business side, like she would know her own analytics, right? And Cannibal Barbie ain't really hitting the target market, boo-boo. And it's not just me saying this, like it really felt to a lot of people that were paying attention that Breland was starting to go just a little too far with pushing the limits in her content. Little did they know that this was literally just the tip of the iceberg. Most people, Breland included, believed that the true tipping point for Breland's descent into allegedly manufactured madness all began with the announcement in January of 2017 that she and her fiance David were breaking up.
And I have felt some grief for our relationship, but as far as like being torn up about it, I'm not torn up about it. It's just something that is, and it's something that was, and something that is over. So my relationship with David did end before I started a relationship with Slava romantically. Yes, I had a friendship with Slava while I was still with David, but we did not have a romantic relationship.
And at this point, if you've never heard the story before, you might be wondering, who the f is Slava? What is even going on here?
Yes, baby. That's me, the husband, the fruit fly, the fairy, whatever you want to call me. You can simply call me a fag.
My husband's gay.
Slay.
He's a gay man.
Period.
I'm a straight woman.
Queen.
We are married.
Because we ate.
We both like men.
As we should.
And we make the perfect partnership.
And this is our full circle moment because Slava is the gay husband Breland has currently made her entire brand out of in recent months. But who is Slava? Well,
my first YouTube channel I started in 2016, back when I was in college, still in Moscow, Russia, which is when Breland found me online, which basically led to us getting to know each other.
During the time when Slava came into the picture and I announced that we were in a relationship, people did not like him. He was not well received, mostly because they knew that I had cheated on my fiance at the time with Slava. So my relationship with David did end before I started a relationship with Slava romantically, mostly because they knew that I had cheated on my fiance at the time with Slava, and they really liked my previous fiance. So they associated Slava with my downfall.
fun! On January 30th, 2017, Breland announced her engagement was off. By July 2017, this happened. So yeah, Breland and Slava got married after only a few months of dating. Now, as a side note, there's been a lot of speculation as to why this moved so quickly over the years, but as Slava puts it,
I am gay, but I have a wife. Here she is, Breland GlitterForever17 on YouTube. And the question is, why are you together? Basically, date who makes you happy. When me and Breland first met, our relationship was 100% romantic. That was us, just a normal straight couple. When we first met, I was open to her and I said, yeah, I'm gay. And we were starting as friends until later on when I started catching feelings. And I was like, oh my God, I love that bitch. I was like, I think I'm bisexual. That's crazy. But also before Breland, like I never had relationships with men, like ever. And not just relationships, nothing. Like I was a virgin as Mary Girly Pop. So I did get deflowered by the glitter queen herself. We were just a normal couple. Like I ate the cat girl. I ate that cat on almost every single continent, even on the plane girl. Okay, yeah, what happened? But then a few years into our marriage, my sexuality just changed. Mostly because I'm just very, very, very mentally ill. And I know it's effed up that I brought her into my mental issues, but it happened, and in the end we ended up still being together, just in a different way, like a family, because we both have very dysfunctional families.
Anyway, okay, so around the time that the two got married, though, Breland's content took a turn for the absolutely unhinged, especially when it comes to her content with Slava.
She also started posting a lot of couple videos with Slava, but Breland's fans weren't having it. Like, her fans wanted galaxy slime, not cooties.
Oh, gross.
Because of this weird channel change, her views started dropping very fast, and she started actually receiving a lot of hate for it for some reason. A lot of her fans were blaming Slava for the bad videos, I guess because, like, in a kid's mind, they saw, hey, the second this guy joined the picture, her videos got bad, so this guy must be the cause. And it got so bad that Breland actually had to disable likes and comments on any video featuring him.
That really hits the nail on the head as to why things started getting weird. This was kids watching Breland change her style in real time without any real discussion as to why she was making changes, which can often throw viewers for a loop that they don't want to ride. So yeah, of course, they were going to blame Slava, no matter how unfair that is to do, because oftentimes, dear Susperians, the internet belongs in the Suspool. Like, the whole internet. The whole internet is sus sometimes. Like, it literally could have just been burnout or Breland changing as a human, but whatever, you know, blame the husband. That's the easiest thing to do. But also maybe not, because as time went on, her content with Slava got weirder and weirder, with things like Breland making up a pregnancy and Slava saying it's the second coming of actual Christ in a since deleted video.
So I'm pregnant.
What?
Yeah.
How?
Well, do you remember?
Breland, I would never do that to you. I would never have sex with you.
But you did.
I did not.
You did.
Where did you get it from? It's not mine.
Yes, it is.
Get rid of it.
Just... Really?
Yeah, I'm not going to take care of that thing. You know that I believe in God.
That doesn't have anything to do with it.
Yes, it does. I did not. That's the point.
Yes, you did.
I know whose
Quit denying
kid
it.
that is.
Whose kid?
It's probably God.
Honestly, I don't even know how to see that as anything other than cringe trolling, but do with that what you will. But can you believe that this still isn't the most bizarre part of Breland's story? Nope. Not the weirdest part at all. That came when Breland started streaming on YouNow, which is sort of like Twitch, but like not. Like it's basically Twitch, let's be real, though, you know, if any of you want to donate money to a streamer, you donate the YouNow equivalent, which is called bars. Now, this is where the true downfall of Breland really began, where she would show up on live streams drunk or appearing drunk and drinking and acting erratically in ways that would be concerning for any creator, but especially for one with a predominantly underage audience, right?
I miss the Breland. Bitch, it says the old Breland. I'm old as And by the way, for all you concerned about me, sit on this and, you know, twist. Go get laid or something. Take this as your disgrace and shove it up your ass. How about that?
Now, I know some people found this entertaining, but a lot of other people found it actually pretty concerning, and I don't blame them. Like, I would be worried too if I saw this happening in real time. If you go on YouTube right now and search for GlitterForever17, you'll find countless videos examining what came to be known as the GlitterForever17 YouNow drama. Like, people went from being concerned for Breland's mental health to angry at her for the shift in her content to just downright confused, considering how out of nowhere all of this seemed. Videos from like Sister Spill, Peter Mon, and more tried to figure out what the f was going on with everyone's favorite glitter critter. And then she disappeared for 2 whole months before returning with a now deleted video answering the question, what happened to GlitterForever17? Now, I can't find this video now, so we'll be relying on some other commentary to fill in the blanks a bit for us here.
Ouch. Well, hello everyone. It's Breland here. I am back. I know it's been a long time since I've uploaded a video, and I have a reason why.
After everything that happened, Breland returns to YouTube and oddly seemed normal. She uploaded a video explaining why she had vanished, but for some reason she didn't bring up anything that happened really. She says her reasoning for leaving was simply that she was depressed that her channel wasn't doing well.
Let's just say the color of my lipstick is kind of how I feel inside right now.
Now, when you go through the absolute pits of hell, like we all did back then with Breland, and she makes this video and then just returns to her usual scheduled content afterwards, you know, like more DIY videos, more fashion hacks, more content with Slava, there's a big elephant in the room not being addressed. You know, a big ass YouNow-sized elephant not being discussed at all. And Breland wouldn't discuss it for 4 whole months until she finally decided it was time to talk about YouNow in August 2019, where she also revealed that she was now so broke that she had lost her house.
So I was struggling so bad, and I was like, you know what? That's it. I am letting loose. I'm gonna pull a Trisha Paytas if I have to. And I'm sure y'all know what a Trisha Paytas is. Basically just like a crazy troll to really bring in attention so I could make the money. What really set me off and made me decide to do this was I looked at my revenue on YouTube and it was nowhere near enough to make my mortgage payment. So at that desperate point, I decided that I was going to devise a plan to get that money that I needed to pay my bills and to pay my mortgage, and I was going to do whatever it took to take care of me and my family. So I came up with a plan to be as outrageous and insane and crazy as I possibly could, because this has worked well for people such as Trisha Paytas and other YouTubers out there who troll for views and for money. People just love to see others like crazy because it makes them feel better about themselves.
And I suppose like in reality, like she never had to talk about anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like every creator has the right to talk about something or to not talk about something. People are going to expect or they're going to ask, but it is her right to not. But yeah, eventually she did. Now, before we continue, I do want to share a thought that I had, you know, kind of like a bit of perhaps of maybe like a different perspective from what I often see when discussing Breland. Most titles about her are the girl who faked mental illness for clout and money and all of that. And like, yes, according to Breland, she faked all those outrageous streams and played up some absurdly out of touch rendition of what I guess she thinks certain mental illness might look like. So that's kind of like a big bad, super stigmatizing BS thing. But there was something that she said at the start of this video that I've never heard pointed out, and I can't just scroll by without mentioning it, because as I said in the beginning of this, I don't think there's a simple answer to all of this. So here's what I'm talking about.
There are so many rumors, there are so many speculations, which I totally understand. I would speculate too if someone was to do that. Did Breland go crazy? Did she like lose her mind? Was it the stress of the move? Was it the fact that she has mental problems and she's on medication?
Quote, was it the fact that she has mental problems and she's on medication, end quote. Yeah. Gives me pause too, right? Like she said this over 4 years ago, but for whatever reason, it is rarely highlighted in the discourse around her. And I understand, like, you know, the things that she said later on in the video, talking about faking things, doing stuff for views, that would likely very much overshadow that type of remark that she made that is, you know, it's like a little bit of passing. She just says it very quickly. But the thing is, and I am not a mental health professional. I am not here to diagnose anyone or guess what her self-described mental problems are. She has spoken more recently about having mental illness, though I have not been able to find specifically what she's saying it is, which again is within her right to privacy. And no, this doesn't excuse her actually faking some form of mental illness, because she very openly admits to faking all of this quote crazy behavior for money. So guilty is self-charged, and she does attempt to apologize and take accountability for it at the end of her video.
I just want to apologize to those people and those parents whose children used to watch me. I do apologize, and I know I acted inappropriately. I hope that you guys know that this video isn't to just like make me seem like an amazing person. I'm just trying to be as honest and truthful as I possibly can and explain to you why I did these things. I just want you to know how sorry I am and how I'm gonna do my best to, I guess, earn your trust back and earn your respect. Because I know a lot of people lost respect for me during that time.
Again, I'm not a licensed professional, but the more times I've covered influencers faking illnesses, like Maddie Russo faking cancer, which is absolutely disgusting to me. And like I have another feature-length Swoop doc that I've been working on about others faking various mental illnesses. Like there's really no excuse, but when thinking about very nuanced perspectives and playing devil's advocate as we do here in efforts to find, you know, kind of hopefully a little bit more well-rounded context and picture of what could be happening, it's also hard for me to think that for at least some people faking mental illness, and I'm not saying specifically about Breland, just maybe some people out in the world, is there mental illness at play that could make someone believe that faking is a good idea in the first place? Does that make any sense? Like, could there be a mental illness or elements of some form of mental illness that could cause someone to fake mental illness, or to think that they should, or to do that as a cry for help or seeking attention? So can some form of mental illness leave someone more vulnerable to faking illness in order to manipulate people into giving them what they want, like fame, money, or attention? Like, I don't know the answer to this, but I do think it's a productive question, and I would love to know your thoughts. So please let me know your thoughts in the comments, because this just really, really fascinates me.
So yeah, just let me know in the comments what you think. Do you love me? Do you hate me? Do you want to never see me again? Let me know your honest opinion in the comments. Be brutally honest. I can take it.
Now, response from Breland's community to this video was generally positive, which I think also says something, because I think I can think of any number of creators, if it were to come out that they had faked mental illness or faked erratic behavior and then came out later and said that they did it all for views and money, I think some creators would be absolutely desecrated and wiped off the platform, and others are accepted. And I never understand, honestly, why rules apply for one and rules don't apply for another. Does that mean the rules shouldn't apply for any, or it should apply for all? These are the questions. This is like what it's like inside the Swoop mind, okay? Anyways, the response to her video was generally positive, and you can, even check that in her top comments. So her community, pretty receptive, but YouTube at large pretty much had enough of GlitterForever17. Like, Breland only made 6 more videos on this account before she kind of faded into the ether there. And you'd think that that would catch us up to where we started this absolutely intense story, except in recent months, Breland has actually become far more transparent about the very real struggles she faced as a result of this controversy.
During the time that the YouNow drama was going on, I started to take opiates.
I would say she started trying pills even during our trips we were taking, and I think it became an issue as her channel started going down. The pills made her feel like this was not happening, just kind of feel numb, I guess.
I would say that I was addicted. I wasn't exactly a drug addict because I only took them for maybe a year because they were very expensive. That's another reason why my bank account went down so drastically, because I spent over $50,000 on opiates. I am gonna be showing you my entire home, and not only is it not my home anymore, it's possibly gonna be foreclosed. The drugs helped, but of course they are only a temporary fix.
The behavior Breland was exhibiting suddenly becomes a whole lot more clear than someone who was simply like pulling a Trisha Paytas, as she said. Breland was likely potentially having some type of mental event. Again, not a professional, but this could have been happening supplemented by drugs, and it seems perhaps nobody was around to get her the help that she needed, or perhaps someone tried and she refused, I don't know. And as far as the OnlyFans bit that I mentioned earlier.
So I did OnlyFans when I was desperate for money. After I had posted my OnlyFans clips on Twitter, I was now known as like the turkey girl because I humped a turkey. I joined in 2020. All in all, I've made about 70 to 80,000. So the first month I made like 20 grand, and the second month I made like 10 grand, and it just slowly started to decline ever since then. Unfortunately, I still use OnlyFans to make money. It's what pays my bills. It is the unwanted gift that keeps on giving.
Listen, I'm not here to debate people doing S work on OnlyFans. It is a very viable business for those who openly and happily choose that career for themselves and are not forced into it. But it can also be a very, very tragic form of harmful things like S trafficking and a form of coercive control from abusive partners like Andrew Tate comes to mind.
I don't need female friends. I'm not interested in the things females are interested in. I don't see the point in having female friends.
It can get into the hands of underage viewers who aren't ready mentally or emotionally to consume that type of content. It's very complex, right? But where it gets really nuanced with Breland is what she directly admits in this clip. It's unfortunately still her job. It's the unwanted gift that keeps on giving. This is something that she's doing per her own words because her career isn't what she wanted it to be, and that's kind of sad, right? Is it? I don't think it's just me. Like, it's just, I think it's kind of sad though. Like, even through all the shitty faking illness stuff, there are many layers to what she was actually going through, and she may currently feel trapped in a world of using her body for money when she mentally and emotionally doesn't want to. And if that's how she really feels, I do hope that she takes the steps to get out of that. Another important point to consider here is that the very framing of the GlitterForever17 story might not quite be accurate according to Breland, but we're gonna get like into some semantics now, so take this with a grain, just a thought starter for whatever it's worth. So
a lot of people out there like to say I faked a mental illness, but I already have a mental illness, and at the time I was kind of going through it. I wouldn't call it a nervous breakdown, but I just couldn't take it anymore. I was mostly just focused on making money, and I didn't give a care about the repercussions of that.
in this clip from Vice, she actually doesn't refer to herself as faking mental illness and states that she has mental illness and was going through it, as she said, and that she didn't care and capitalized on it for money. Later on in the same documentary, she just calls it acting out, which
I devised a plan to act out online and get as much attention as I could to make money.
Yes, is in some conflict from when she said in her video 4 years ago that she planned to act as, quote, crazy and, quote, insane as she possibly could, meaning, I mean, the video is literally titled Addressing the You Now live stream drama, why I, quote, went crazy on You Now explained. So,
and I was gonna do whatever it took to take care of me and my family. So I came up with a plan to be as outrageous and insane and crazy as I possibly could, because this has worked well for people such as Trisha Paytas and other YouTubers out there who troll for views and for money.
Semantics? Maybe. Was she faking mental illness, or was she mentally ill and having a hard time? Again, I'm not going to assess one way or another. It's very dark, murky waters at this point. But it is interesting in her accountability video that she said she was faking being crazy and faking being, quote, insane. Those are her words, not mine. And so that sounds like, yes, she was faking her idea of mental illness. And like, you know, just like a little sidebar for those of you who know like a little bit about my story and like my own rebrands and stuff here on this platform, I had a previous channel, and there was what YouTube themselves described to me as an algorithmic anomaly. That's what they called it. Hit that channel, and literally overnight it cut my videos out of home feed, subscription, search and discovery, all of that. So it was literally an instantaneous death sentence to my channel. And this was all explained to me with one of the people who build like the search and discovery and algorithm stuff. And so for a couple of years, I fought and tried to figure out what was going on. So then when I rebranded, started over, created a new channel called Swoop, which was completely different than the original content that I was making, I was just busting my ass and breaking myself, just not sleeping and just making content and putting the most that I possibly could into the cinematic film content that I was doing. I wasn't sleeping, and I had a psychological event that happened mentally that then turned into full-blown chronic anxiety disorder and deep into the depression that I had already struggled with. And I had a very real mental event. I've never been the same since. I have never been the same since that happened to me. It was a very dangerous situation, very dangerous. I was a danger to myself, and I can understand that feeling of mental distress and significant mental distress when something that you've spent a very long time working on and building fails or isn't working or something happens to it or you do something to it, whatever the cause. I understand that extreme distress, and it can, especially if you have any form of like pre-existing mental illness, it can absolutely exacerbate it and cause a breaking point. And some people don't fully recover. I don't know that I will ever fully recover. I don't think that I will. And so I have to do things to try to mitigate and to treat it. And every now and then, more often than I'd like to admit, I go in and out of these very dark, very bad episodes of anxiety and of depression. I'm very hard on myself. I am the hardest person on myself. You will never be able to say something mean to me that will even be a fraction of the horrid, cruel things that I say to myself. And so I empathize with her in that regard. Now, she went and did things that I don't agree with, but I understand some of the foundation for it, if that makes sense. I don't know. I guess maybe that's just my own little bit of bias in looking at this story. We all have bias, and that's mine for this one. But when she said that she devised this plan to act insane, I think most people understandably would take that to mean that she was faking mental illness and using heavily stigmatized words like insane and crazy to describe it. So I could see how people would have that interpretation based on what she herself acknowledged and apologized for. I just also think there's probably other components going on that maybe she wasn't even aware of, you know what I mean? But this does put her in the camp of influencers who have allegedly faked illness of some kind to more sinister degrees. You know, people like Maddie Russo, who like went to court and like had to jail and all of those things for faking cancer, or Daisy Marquez or Scamanda Riley, who are all future subjects in a Swoop deep dive about the potential psychology of why an influencer would even fake a sickness in any way. But this story, like I said at the beginning, it's not as clear-cut as some other cases that we've seen. But let me know what you think. I would love to know your thoughts in the comments on this. It's a lot. It's a lot. Now, pivoting back to the TikTok of it all, Breland and Slava are a very interesting couple. Slava is openly gay, which is something Breland claims to have not known when they first got together. Over the years, a number of breakup announcements from the two have popped up, you know, on hers and Slava's channels due, you know, to various reasons.
It was kind of a slow realization that he was gay. I know everyone out there says, how did you not know he was gay? I think deep down I knew he was, but I didn't care. And I still loved him anyway.
I'm sure a lot of people that like you are happy that I am going away. They hate me, some way over years.
They do.
I hate myself too, so girl, I get it. Growing up with my parents and being in Russia, where it's a completely different rhetoric about sexuality, about being gay, it's pretty much equal to being like a pedophile or disgusting, or like people wish death upon you. I think growing up to this day, if I could stop being gay, I would say I would. Like, it's not an easy thing for me to like tell someone like I'm gay. Like, I mean, even saying it right now, to this day, I feel grossed out by myself. I really wish that me and Breland would be still together romantically, have a family. It's kind of a curse in a way, because it feels like I found a soulmate, but we cannot be together because of some sort of, you know, being born gay. It's a really twisted situation, to be honest.
Dude, everything about that clip is so f***ed up and sad. Like, the truth is, Breland and Slava never actually got a divorce and still spend a lot of time together, if her TikTok is to be, you know, taken at her word. But like, Slava shouldn't have to feel that way about himself. And knowing that he feels that way makes the whole situation happening on TikTok feel just a little more strange, sad, odd, a lot of adjectives. Like, obviously this new thing they're doing is something that Slava is in on and potentially financially benefiting from himself. But it starts to feel like one of two things is maybe happening here. Maybe, number one, Slava has found a way to reclaim his own identity in a way that benefits not only Breland, but himself. If this is the case, and, you know, I would love to hear from either of them about this, I like to think that most everyone deserves a rebirth, especially if they've had struggles like that. But if this is number 2, the option where Breland is exploiting Slava's sexuality for her personal gain and he's still uncomfortable in any way, then again, I'd just love to speak to them and figure this one out. Or maybe it's just, you know, I don't know, maybe it's just none of anyone's business and hopefully they don't run any more let's fake more for money stuff, because I imagine there's only so much the viewers are willing to take. But until then, that's the story, past, present, and future of Breland. Breland's very interesting in that her story was once and even still is a cautionary tale on the very nature of YouTube. Fame comes and goes on this platform, and if you want to maintain relevance, you often have to figure out how to shift with every ebb and flow in the tides of the algorithm. But you know, instead of finding a way to adapt to a changing landscape, Breland panicked and developed an grift to garner sympathy, and in the process irrevocably ruined what her brand used to be. But she also functions as a modern case study in the adage that nothing truly stays canceled forever, and there is often another perspective to the story, a behind the scenes, you know, context that is missing that might change some people's minds. Like, you know, there is a path forward for everyone, even the worst of the worst, except for, I don't know, maybe Weinstein and, you know, yeah, I'm not even gonna say that name. Breland is not, in my personal opinion, the worst of the worst, but she shows that there is a path forward if you remain diligent, often in the strangest places possible. And for her, that place is now on TikTok. Okay, Suspirians, time to step out of the dark waters of the Suspool, grab a towel and dry off. That's what I got. If you want to hear more stories like this, be sure to subscribe to this channel and go ahead and tickle the like button for more. And let me know in the comments if you have any stories that you would like to dip into. Also follow me on Instagram and TikTok, linked below. That's where I post most often and also announce opportunities to have your thoughts featured in my deep dives on my main channel, Swoop. I have a brand new full-length deep dive, Swoop, a documentary, out on my main channel, Swoop. It's about the downfall of dance moms and the absolutely wild and unhinged Abby Lee Miller and all the stuff that she put those kids through. I highly recommend you watch that one after this. It is a lot. It is a lot and worth a watch for sure. Also, for you overachievers, be sure to grab your very own pieces from the Valid Ribcage and Valid Social Club collection in the Petty University shop, linked below. As always, I know you're gonna love these pieces, and stay tuned for the first official Suspool apparel, also coming soon, and some new stuff to the Petty University shop. I'm very excited about it. I have been working on it forever. When I say forever, I mean like forever, ever, but there's big things coming. I don't know how long the Valid and the Ribcage is gonna to be there, so that's just a heads up. Also, a big huge thank you to our sponsor for supporting this channel, and of course to all of you for being here and giving a little bit of your time to our community. Be sure to check out Helix Sleep for incredible sleep every night. Their 4th of July sale is running now. It's the perfect time to upgrade your sleep with 30% off an Elite or Luxe mattress plus 2 free pillows, or take 25% off site-wide. Click the link below or go to helixsleep.com/swoop2, that's TOO, to find out more about this limited time offer, because you deserve it, honey. Thanks for coming for a swim. Have a good day out there. Stay weird, keep it classy, keep it cute, and I'll see you next time in the Suspool. Swoop!